Sure.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Rudolph. Yes, I've watched it now, and I didn't see anything that I didn't expect, and I didn't see any. There were no surprises. I've always guessed that this is the way Peter Obi was going to speak. He would have been guided by his lawyers carefully. You could see that it was something that was scripted, and he read it. Like Sid rightly said, when he was asked questions, he spoke off the cuff, and you got a bit more punch, when he answered questions. Knowing the type of person he wasn't going to lead a revolution or do anything like that or cause chaos. So some of the things I picked up is the fact that he said we're going to have opposition, which hasn't existed in Nigeria for a long time. Now, my 5 6 minutes would be asking rhetorical questions of those who support Tinubu. I don't need answers from them. But you want to ask, would you have an issue with Peter Obi or anyone playing opposition, active opposition? I don't need answers. Like I said, they're rhetorical questions. I know the answers they would give. I can guess. I think having a strong, solid, opposition would only better the lives of Nigerians. If you disagree, then you have a bigger issue than I thought you did. We need opposition, regardless of who's in power. If Peter Obi is in power, I want a strong opposition from APC and PDP to keep him in check. And you can be sure that a lot of obedience, not all, but a lot of obedience would also keep Peter Obi in check. And play opposition. That's the sort of movement that it is. They are coconut head, as they call themselves. He also spoke about the supplementary budget. As the name, there's no gainsaying. The name tells you it's supplementary, like you're taking supplements. Your doctor, when you get to a certain age, will tell you start using omega-6, omega-7, this oil, that oil, or for kids, they'll tell you give them extra this, extra that. So it's to supplement what's already in place. Now, my worry is, like Ndume said, that we have only 7 weeks left in the year. Why is it a hurry? Why is it of utmost importance to add to the fleet of cars that the president's office or the first lady's office have? So you're telling us as Nigerians that as we are today, that's one of the most burning issues that cannot wait for the next budget cycle. That's what you're telling us. We will go and borrow to buy Gucci. That's what we're doing. We're borrowing to wear Gucci and Versace. That's what we're doing. You're broke. You're taking loans from a loan shark to go and beg, as they say, so you can appear cool. And some people would be okay with that because it's my party, it's my man. You have a problem. If you cannot condemn that without caring who is in charge, that's just it. The fact that we're even discussing it makes me think: is it real? Did it actually happen that you're doing such things? The yacht, I can give Tinubu a bit of pass in the sense that he didn't put that there. It was started by Buhari, which is even crazy. And when we were criticizing Buhari at the time, what were they saying to us? You will cry for 8 years. But look at what Buhari was doing. Can you defend that Buhari thought it was a good idea for Nigeria's president, whoever the president is, to have a yacht when your people cannot feed, when your people cannot sleep with 2 eyes closed because of insecurity? But you thought buying a yacht was the next thing to do. And if you said anything about Buhari in the last 8 years, they will come for you. You will cry. Buhari say make your papa no do well. Those sort of things from grown men, adults, trolling. Peter Obi also said something about the total cost of this cars going to the fleet of the president and the first lady. He said that what is going to cost this supplementary, not the actual budget, because they budgeted for these cars in the actual budget. Go and check. So this supplementary fees is more than what we have allocated for our primary health care in Nigeria. And if you know that primary health care takes care of people more than going to the general hospitals. Most of your immediate health needs are taken care of at the primary health care. So we're spending more on their cars than we spend on our primary health care. Like Obi said, India is about 6 times, 7 times the size of Nigeria in terms of population. Yet we have more child mortality rates. Our babies are dying. We have more dying babies in Nigeria than they have in India. Despite them being 7 times more than us. It doesn't bother some people. They would defend these cars. They would defend with everything they have. They will say you're crying, you're wailing, you're this, you're that. See, let's forget partisan for a second and let's start thinking and reasoning as human beings. How are you better than those who sold people into slavery? How are you, what's the difference? Because all you're thinking of is we win, they lose. You look in the mirror, and the people you're saying that they lost are people who look exactly like you. I couldn't care less if it's Peter Obi or whoever. I don't care who rules Nigeria. If Tinubu got there and cut down on cost of governance, I would applaud him. But he got there, they started with the number of ministers. People defended it. These cars, they would defend it. The yacht, they would defend it. What would it take for some people to say, you know what, this is beyond party lines. This is about Nigerians. I hope that one day people would grow past. See, there's nothing wrong with supporting your party. I believe in multi-party system. I love the fact that we've got APC, PDP, LP, whatever, here. I like that. It would only make Nigeria better, but we should be able to say this is wrong. Now, when they asked Peter Obi about these senators and LP guys that took the cars, what I saw in that answer is what I knew. It didn't surprise me, and it was very clever the way he answered it. Now, I know the answer is not what people are expecting, but it will be very foolish of him to say exactly what he thinks. Peter Obi does not control those guys. They are not obedient. They are LP candidates who won. They rode on the Peter Obi movement. Peter Obi probably doesn't know most of them one-on-one. He's probably never met most of them. They rode on the Obi wave. Those guys, I don't know who they are, apart from the popular one in Abuja that sat there at the conference, Ireti Kingibe. If those guys contested under any other party, would they have won? No. They are men and women who have their own mind. They are not different from what we've been dealing with. Let's get that right. A lot of people will ride on UB with, they would win, but they will still act like the other charlatans who will just siphon, the country's accounts. They don't care. Over the next 4 years, what I would expect and hope would happen is Peter Obi would be able to form a group of like-minded people that people would get to know over the next 4 years, and they would have similar ideologies. So that when they get to office, Obi can check them from time to time. Do you think Obi can talk to these people? It's not a military dictatorship. He can't tell them not to. What might have happened if Obi had won this election, or if Obi was, giving his vote, however you want to say, is Obi gets in and he tells them, I'm having 30 ministers because we need to cut costs. And he says, oh, don't buy any cars. The yacht, please get rid of it. Sell it. It was customized. I don't care. Sell it half price. Bring me the rest of the money. If the president is leading that way, he might prick the conscience of one or two of the Labour members to say, if your guy is moving this way, let me toad his line. Akuku rode his wave. But there's nobody there for them to make them think, So these guys are there. They're just like, guy is doing it. How can you tell them, the LP members, LP reps, not to take it? They're not obedient. They would never be. The only way they would have behaved somewhat is if Obi was the president. Otherwise, you're expecting what's not going to happen. So Obi just stopped short saying, these guys are not obedient, or they are who they are. I can't stop them. My power does not reach that level. So I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon, yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, sure. Thank you so much.